You're standing in the dairy aisle, reaching for that gold-wrapped block of grass-fed butter, thinking you're fueling your brain with vitamin K2 and omega-3s. But in 2026, the butter washing scandal has revealed a greasy truth. Quick favor before we move on. If you appreciate this content, consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, more than 92% of viewers haven't subscribed yet. It's free and only takes a second, but it means the world to us. So did you subscribe already? Great. Thank you so much for your support. Now back to the video. Today, we're exposing the 6 faux gras brands to leave on the shelf and the 4 golden standard survivors that are actually real. The never buy list, 6 faux gras marketing traps. In 2026, a label is not a guarantee. If the butter is pale, waxy, or comes from a mass-market conglomerate, you are likely buying a nutritional approximation of real dairy. 1. The grass-finished grain trap. Why it's a trap? This is the most common 2026 province fraud. These brands use cows that spend 90% of their lives in dry lots, eating corn and soy, only to be moved to grass for the final few weeks. Because they touched grass at the end, the label claims grass-fed. The 2026 verdict. This butter lacks the CLA, conjugated linoleic acid, profile of truly pastured cows. The fats remain pro-inflammatory and high in omega-6. You are paying a 40% health halo premium for a product that is metabolically identical to the cheap, conventional sticks used in industrial bakeries. 2. The natural flavor added blend. Why it's a trap? If you see natural flavors on a butter label in 2026, put it back. Many brands use starter distillates or synthetic diacetyl to mimic the rich, nutty taste that only comes from high-quality fermentation or diverse pasture grazing. The 2026 verdict. These additives are often used to mask the blandness of butter from malnourished, grain-fed cows. This chemical shortcut bypasses the biological complexity of real fat. You lose the trace minerals and enzymatic activity that support gut health, trading them for a laboratory-engineered taste profile that tricks your palate while starving your cells. 3. The yellow dye number 5 glow. Why it's a trap? Real grass-fed butter is yellow because of beta-carotene from fresh grass. In 2026, some grass-fed brands are caught adding annatto or synthetic dyes to make their pale, grain-fed butter look golden and nutrient-dense. The 2026 verdict. Color is no longer a reliable proxy for quality if the label isn't transparent. Synthetic dyes can trigger hypersensitivity in children and adults alike. When you buy dyed butter, you are consuming an industrial fat disguised as a superfood, missing out on the actual vitamin A and K2 that should naturally provide that pigment. 4. The imported industrial bulk. Why it's a trap? Some brands label themselves as Irish or European style to imply pasture-raised quality. However, in 2026, many of these are bulk-processed industrial butters from high-density confinement farms in regions with lax, grass-fed definitions. The 2026 verdict. These butters often undergo excessive pasteurization and mechanical working to ensure shelf stability for international shipping. This process destroys delicate enzymes and alters the fat structure. Just because it has a European flag doesn't mean the cow ever saw a meadow. It's a globalized commodity masquerading as an artisanal, small-batch health product. 5. The vegetable oil spreads. Why it's a trap? Markets are flooded with butter blends that claim to be made with grass-fed butter, but are actually 60% canola or soybean oil. These are the ultimate seed oil Trojan horses in the 2026 dairy case. The 2026 verdict. These spreads are highly unstable and pro-inflammatory. The small amount of grass-fed dairy is a marketing distraction from the oxidized vegetable oils that drive systemic inflammation. If it stays soft in the fridge, it isn't real butter. It's a chemical emulsion that sabotages your mitochondrial health and disrupts your omega-3 to omega-6 ratio. 6. The non-GMO distraction. Why it's a trap? Many brands use the non-GMO seal to distract from the fact that their cows are still grain-fed. They are eating non-GMO corn and soy in a barn, which is still a biologically inappropriate diet for a ruminant animal. The 2026 verdict. While non-GMO is better than GMO, it doesn't solve the problem of fatty acid imbalance. Cows are meant to eat grass, not processed grains. This label is a classic red herring, designed to make you feel safe, while you consume a fat profile that lacks the K2 and stearic acid necessary for optimal cardiovascular and hormonal function. The Real Butter List for Golden Standard Survivors. To find real butter in 2026, you must look for 100% grass-fed or regenerative certifications. 1. Kerrygold, pure Irish/pasture raised. Why it's real? Despite the surge in competitors, Kerrygold remains a 2026 staple because Irish law mandates significant pasture time. Their cows graze on lush, rain-fed grass for the majority of the year. The real deal. The deep yellow color is authentic beta-carotene. This butter is high in vitamin K2, which is essential for calcium metabolism, ensuring calcium goes to your bones and not your arteries. It's a stable, ancestral fat that supports brain health and provides a whole matrix nutrient profile that synthetic or industrial brands simply cannot replicate in a lab. 2. Alexander Family Farm Regenerative. Why it's real? As a leader in the 2026 regenerative agriculture movement, this brand focuses on soil health and 100% grass diets. They are also famous for their A2/A2 dairy, which is easier on the gut. The real deal. This butter is a nutritional powerhouse, featuring a perfect balance of omega-3s. Because it's A2/A2, it avoids the A1 beta-casein protein that causes inflammation in many people. It's a medicinal fat that supports gut integrity and provides the clean energy needed for high-level cognitive performance without the dairy bloat common in lower-quality brands. 3. Organic Valley pasture-raised. Why it's real? Organic Valley's grass milk butter comes from cows that are 100% grass-fed and never grain-finished. This is a crucial 2026 distinction that ensures the highest possible levels of CLA. The real deal. CLA is a potent fatty acid known for supporting metabolic health and fat loss. By strictly adhering to a no-grain policy, this butter maintains a superior fatty acid profile. It has a distinct, complex flavor that varies slightly with the seasons, a hallmark of real, unadulterated food that reflects the local environment and the cow's natural diet. 4. Raw to your door, small batch raw butter. Why it's real? In 2026, the raw dairy movement has identified raw, grass-fed butter as the ultimate living food. This butter is never pasteurized, preserving all the active enzymes and probiotics. The real deal. This is butter in its most primal, potent form. It contains woolsen factor, the anti-stiffness factor, and heat-sensitive enzymes that aid in digestion and mineral absorption. It's a bioactive fuel source that is increasingly rare in a world of industrial processing. Choosing raw, small-batch butter is a radical act of health that prioritizes cellular vitality and traditional farming wisdom over mass production efficiency.